Greetings, my friends. This is Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to come and wish you a wonderful Sunday, a wonderful day. For we're really at the end of time. It's really the time is coming to an end. Right now, it is no time really to teach or to do. It's about resting, recuperating, creating this ease, this well-being within ourselves. The earth is getting ready for this great solar flash, and we have to be ready as well because we are a component. And as much as we are ready, we will be affected. Everybody will be affected by this. For there is rest and recalibration right now. All the energy. So take the time to recalibrate, prepare yourself this solar flash, this transformation, this electromagnetic energies that is impacting the earth right now will crescendo into a massive healing of the whole of a lot of things. For the light wants to bring about all the beautiful things that is prepared for this golden age. But before that, the light needs to bring about all the ugly, the untrue, the all of those things will have to come up to be transmuted. For we have to face our shadows and we have to deal with them, and then we have to transmute them. It's important, and everybody's going through this dark night of the soul right now, facing the subconscious to be cleansed, to be cleared. The highest wisdom is this schizophrenia here, is dichotomy, is like being pulled in many different directions. So just sit. If you pull in different directions, sit until one way becomes clear. What we need to understand is innocence. Everybody's innocent, but everybody's trying to do the best they can. Even those who are doing the most horrible things that we could conceive are believing they're doing something good for themselves. So it's but then there are, each action, the universe has the consequence of each action. So do not focalize on the error of others. Focus on the glowing light that comes out, that is emerging. So it's not about punishment. It's about discovering to self forgive ourselves and to forgive others. Will bring us to this point of lightness. For what we need to do is love. Here it's called friendliness. It's about sharing. It's about loving. It's about being anchored in the planet. To anchor that love, to be felt, to be shared, to participate in that process, and to be drawn towards those who are that make us feel good. And just doesn't mean that we will not open to all, but. And the outcome is consciousness. It is a great deal of super consciousness. Once we get rid of our subconscious, we're gonna discover all kinds of new powers. And there's going to be also a realignment of all the material civilization as well, because everything's been built completely out of nonsense. I'm not talking about the pyramids. They were placed in the right place, or the cathedral, or like those were placed in the right place. We'll be able to keep that. But a lot of other things, we'll keep a lot of that which made history and integrated. But a lot will change in relationship to our environment. For the silver flash will bring a new beginning, but this new egregore that we're seeking, this paradise life, is already exist. Everything has been predestined, created already. We just gotta tune into the frequency and stay there long enough for it to become our dominant reality, regardless of the fact that the ego will tell you, stop dreaming. It's like the ego will try by all means possible to prevent you from finding that point of freedom, because he's afraid to disappear. Yet he will disappear and then be reintegrated as a higher form. So wait in peace for it. And be careful. There was announced there'll be many false prophets. There's so many people that prophesize doomsday, catastrophes. They're completely out of cards, and so they're throwing everything they have. It's like, how many people can believe in that? If enough people can believe in that, we can maybe create it. So it's like, do not believe in any of that. It's like some people want to believe that, they might experience that on this reality, on some parallel reality, but program yourself to not participate in any dramas. Even if some people will need that to grow, to evolve, you do not need that. It's all a mirror. It's all completely. We're all ascending together, so we have to wait for others, because we're ascending. Whole world, the whole planet is ascending together, and yet it is tailor-made. It's like we're not. If we really like have this flash of consciousness, we're not going to be prevented from experiencing that higher consciousness, because the rest of the collective. It's like. God is wise in this way, and so well, follow your inner light and breathe, breathe, breathe. For the only thing that the only tools they have is fear, and they utilize fear to separate. For love unite, and fear unified. Um, so it's like continue to be conscious and do not stop playing the old game, huh? For we're going to return to a more, personally I know, a more holistic form of life, huh? It's like more sports, change of nutrition, whatever health situation. So it's all gonna be for right now. In terms of food, I feel for myself for the past is less is more. I don't need as much food as I used to, and I feel I'm drawing more energy from the cosmos, from the breathing. Then eventually it will be totally crystallized to like the diamond light, we're a diamond body, and we won't need to we don't need physical food, but that will take a while. We'll still need food, so eat good food. Food that makes you feel good. Because also some people will tell you, well, this food is not good for you, but and when you feel like eating it, and it's like they're putting bad vibe on it, but it's actually if you're drawn to that food, maybe your body needs it, and it's like the judgment of others to bless the food, and do not let people decide for you what is good for you. You have to remain open to suggestion, and if like if every well it's like if your inner voice and outer voice is like they're all saying the same thing, listen, because it's but take things lightly in any event. For yeah, we're going to be able to feed directly from the central sun, huh? Some of the animals on the planet right now will not ascend with the planet. Many will ascend. Some animals will come back, or new animals may come in, but a lot of them are going to completely vanish from the planet because they were here only to support the imbalance, to support the chaos. A lot of viruses, a lot of bacteria, a lot of well, those bacteria are not animals; they're plants, but viruses are animals in some form. They're like the minimal form, but there are many beings, animals that will no longer be needed on the planet after the ascension. Also wanted to discuss well, but that's maybe obvious, but the more we ascend our consciousness, the more we think of the whole, the more we think about the whole, because we think we have ourselves and we have the whole, whatever that we can conceive of the whole, is all that is. And the more we ascend, the more we realize we are connected to the whole. Well, it's a relative whole. It's not the whole within the whole within the whole within the whole within the whole. It's like it's a progressive thing. But within the local universe, there are about 10 million planets, 10 million civilization, and thousands, hundreds of thousands of heavenly spheres and all kinds of things just in our local. So the exploration is really on the local universe level, on the planetary level, and it's all about the connection inside. But it's so it's like the more we think of the whole, the more we elevate our consciousness, the more we're doing things for the greatest good of the whole. For it's like, and the lower we go, the less conscious we are, and the more we're not thinking of the consequences outside of us. So it's always think of the whole, and the more we connect to that unity consciousness, this power that is beyond the two powers, the more we'll find harmony and cooperation rather than lessons. And so and very soon all information will be available to all, huh? Because did I pour some color? The angel? The light of the central sun, the great central sun, is actually enveloping the whole planet now. It's like even the astral entities. There are some negative astral entities. What they do is like when they perceive like there is a memory within us that could generate fear, and so they look in the Akash and they say, "Whoop, poof, paf, will plung," and then and sometimes we fall and we become vindictive towards ourselves, or we start having like why when actually that's what they're looking for, because they feed themselves on it. So it's like eventually we won't be fooled by those. And but if spirit allows that to happen, it's because it's also an opportunity to heal that memory. Yeah, so because there is no nothing is done by chance. We all everything has a function, has a purpose, even though we may not understand it all. But I've been always been guided to believe that all things in the universe have purpose, because everything's written already, the destiny, the origin, the past, the destiny. It's like a make believe. We even though we make choices, and we can work out details that were not planned, or sometimes we can even go out. Some people go out of their life path, or there is all kinds of possibility, for we eternal beings, so we have time to explore. Yet we want to stay within the line as much as possible on the highest path, the most joy, the most fulfillment, the most service, the most appreciation, the most growth. But sometimes the growth sometimes requires sacrifices. Don't know. I mean, a little effort. For growth is to let go of something. Usually, we grow by letting go of something. But the highest wisdom is cheminement. It's a step-by-step process. Huh? Accepting that. What we need to understand is liberation. Focus on the solution, and there is always solution beyond the solutions, and always higher solutions, but never it's not wise to I think to solve problem within problems. It's better to go in the realm of solution, and then find the right solution, and then bring it down when it's the right time. What we need to do is to overcome doubts, and the outcome will be complementarity. For it's like it's just it's finding the complementarity, and it's like completing a puzzle. We have this equation, this puzzle. It's like mental, emotional, spiritual, physical, and we need to bring everything back into alignment. For divine justice is perfect. It's impartial, and there is no. I was going to take this example that this mediatic thing. I'm not attached to anything like that, so I can. For me, there is no. Emotional connection to any of that. But when you see, like, if I would open a hashtag justice for Amber Heard, well, it's like there's this trial, this domestic trial between Amber Heard and Johnny Depp, to movie actors. And I, from what I see, she's been abused and she should win the trial. But this, if you look on the internet, there is this hashtag justice for Johnny Depp. And if you open a hashtag justice for Amber Heard, you would have 100,000 trolls that would attack you, because they're not asking for justice. They're asking for that their party wins over the others. But justice is not in favor of one or the other. We want both. Everybody in true justice is perfectly balanced and equal. That's why it's called justice. So, but I mean, I wish the best of all the parties. Everything will be resolved. Everything that is going on within. Well, for this is like on a public stage, but it's quite a show. I do enjoy. I've enjoyed that. This was last week. This next week, but. Just for the dimension of the people, that of all that, more than the story itself, but it's like we need to come to resolution of all karmic agreements. So all the situation will be created for finding this peace, this balance, this equilibrium, and. For negativities, I've been coming here to control the planet and its resources. And right now, there's only the deep space. The extraterrestrials are very much hands off. And there's going to be a disclosure that may be coming from the United States with this probable. It may be the domino that will. It's like about the U.S. election, maybe proofs of frauds in the U.S. election, and that may be able to bring the alliance into the picture. Those are beings, humans and extraterrestrials, mostly humans, that have been working behind the scene for the freedom of humanity. So that those may be revealed, and that will accelerate the process. For we're all trying to live to be functional within a dysfunctional world, and it's really impossible. That's why we have to let it go. So it's like, well, it doesn't mean that all is dysfunctional within society, but we cannot be functional within we can be dysfunctional in a dysfunctional society, then everything works. We're unconscious, we're dysfunctional within dysfunctional. But if we're functional, if we're conscious, it's really hard to adapt ourselves to the unconscious of the world. So whatever struggle may come to you, just say to yourself, it is gonna end. It is about to end. I am ready for moving into the fifth dimension. I am ready to returning to the source. I am ready for a new life. And just to continue to repeat yourself until it is integrated within the quantum flow. And love only is the key. Love, it's very simple to say, but we have to integrate that to bring ourselves into this alignment with the highest frequency of love. We are capable to to handle. And when there is shadows, just entrust your shadows into the light. Just for seeing shadows as shadows is not the same as seeing shadows and believing they're the light, the truth, or whatever. So it's all coming. It's all going to be coming much more clear. There is so much that is about the great observer is breathing. It's all about breathing, really. It's really a learning to intake, to be at peace and wait in peace for the acceleration that is going on within. And yet follow your heart. If you're called to do something, then there is excitement, there is passion, there is joy, then of course do it. We're going to have to return into the pleasure of for once we integrate the light within, and our mission will be to bring this light into the world. And for that, we're going to have to create a maximum enjoyment of the process of revelation. It's not about like we have to fight a war against the darkness. No, and the good news is also that there is an intel that a lot of beings from the dark state, the deep state, and they're turning to the light now. They're like defaulting, betraying their own masters, because they see there's nowhere to run. And so the path will be accelerated. Well, thank you very much for listening to those videos, for liking, sharing, commenting, subscribing. I thank you for your donations. And if you want a private session, you can send me an email. I'm going to finish with a song. It's a song, it's called Just Like Heaven, a song I used to listen to in the 1980s, I think, from The Cure. It goes like this. Show me how you do that trick, the one that makes me scream, she said, the one that makes me laugh, she said, and threw her arms around my neck. Show me how you do it, and I promise that I'll run away with you. I'll run away with you. Spinning on that dizzy edge, and I kissed her face and I kissed her head. I dream of all the different ways I had to make her glow. Why are you so far away, she said. Why don't you ever know that I'm in love with you, that I'm in love with you. You, soft and only, you, lost and lonely, you, strange as angels, dancing in the deepest oceans, twisting in the water. You're just like a dream, you're just like a dream. Daylight licked me into shape. I must have been asleep for days, and moving lips to breathe her name. I opened up my eyes and found myself alone, 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 above a raging sea that stole the only girl I loved and drowned her deep inside of me. You, soft and only, you, lost and lonely, you, just like heaven. Well, sometimes relationships feel like it's just like heaven, for a time at least. Sorry. But well, we do want to enjoy it for as long as it lasts. Maybe it will last forever. Our next relationship may be the last one. You never know. Maybe you're already in this. I wish you to find that. For it is very important. At some point, we have to develop our own inner light, but we cannot stay too far away too long from this deep soul love connection on the physical plane. We also came to experience that. And for we did for most of us have had many relationships. For the final card is the Archangel Jeremiel. It announces a new beginning. It just appears in the sky. This powerful apparition is the announce, is the judgments, the trumpets. And he says, starting a new life, finding a goal with kindness and compassion. Look into your past with kindness and compassion. So be kind towards yourself, your memories. Just be at peace with your memory. Forgive. Know that everything can be repaired from the past. The past cannot be changed, but it can always be perceived from a perception of wholeness, when the lesson and then if there is a need for resolution, the resolution will find itself. So I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you very much, and I'll talk to you later. Adonai.